So.
Music theater, which is called Herodion, from Herodes of Attica, who has built this place in the 2nd century AD. In the Roman is the medieval phase, because they would use on the ruins of the pre-existing, they would additionally build the new phase. Now, what does the word Acropolis mean? It means the edge of the town. Akron means the top. From the word akron in English, you have the words like acrobat, acrophobia. It's a Greek root. It means the top. And polis means the town. From the word polis, because you have a lot of Greek words in your language. From the word polis, you have policeman, police. So the top of the town was the Acropolis, and every time the Greeks had to create a new city, the first thing to do is to choose a higher place, call it the Acropolis of the city, which would be the heart of the city. The Acropolis would serve the city for 2 reasons. First, it was the refuge. They would rush from the city, which was always around the Acropolis, and lock themselves into the fortress. And then it meant also the religious place of the city. The main temple of the god or the goddess protecting the city would be always up on the top of the Acropolis. So it was the security of the city and the high religious spot of the city. On the foot of the city was the city of the Acropolis was always the city, and also the market called the Agora. The Agora was the heart of the city, with the economy, the discussions, the political meetings, or there was always a bema, that means a tribune, where the orators and the politicians would come out and talk to them. So, before we are going up, I just want to tell you that
you'll need your Zoom or your wide one.
Ναι, αλλά θα... Ναι, ναι.
So, we are already.
Is the in the classical times all the citizens of the Athenians of a certain age had the right to vote. They would congregate there, and each one was equal to vote for his supreme court of Athens. The cases of heavy crime were trialed over there. But in the early Christian times, it is also important from St. Paul, who came and preached on this rock on Mars Hill, Areopagus, in his trip in Athens, and he wrote a letter to the Athenians. So that's the Mars Hill, referred also in Paul's travel. The site, which is down below, to the right of the Mars Hill, was the Agora of Athens. Down below, some excavations all the way down, was the marketplace of Athens, the Agora. The Agora was the heart of the city. People discussed, met, philosophized, because up here was only the security and the religion. And down there, we do have a very important temple, as you see down there. The temple is called Thesion. It's dedicated to the native hero of Athens called Theseus. I recall your school knowledge. Theseus was the one who went to Crete to kill the Minotaur. He was from Athens, and he was a native hero of Athens.
That's what I did earlier.
Balustrate, tak kamienne tektowe i wysokości. Reliefami przedstawieniami tych skrzydlatych wóz, Nikę, pokazane były jak niosą byczki ofiarne i trofea dla Aten. Od frontu tylko nie było. Nie zachowane
Ale zarobiła za ciche.
Albo szybciej.
Would have missed that.
There he is.
Also doing an adventure.
That's what we're calling Murdoch.
Murdoch, I like that.
We're watching the guy too. connection to the city, and let's say the model for what we call the for people not to do nothing. So from the one hand,
It's the Theater of Dionysus. Lots of good stuff over here.
I'm not blocking your view, am I?
No.
So this is what here does it come. All you have to do is pay for one of y'all to come. The other one videotapes it and gives it to the other person.
Did have what?
Did have guardians after all.
Yeah, they're called security people.
He found what he was looking for. Could he make it back out alive?
Yep. Video surveillance.
Actually, one of those security guards accosted me for picking up a stone.
What?
Security guards accosted me, spoke to me for picking up a stone.
They stopped you from picking up rock? Now that's odd.
I'm guessing some of the internal columns got removed for the British Museum.
That matters.
Well, but I mean, it's the external column. It's obviously yeah, the inscription would lead him to fame and fortune, or lead him to the great. Idaho knew only that he must find out.
Actually, it's the early Taco Bell commercial. Since they didn't have video, if you inscribe on a stone, see that bottom line says you'll kill Taco Bell.
I'm gonna check.
Temple Zoo.
Getting the hotel in the backdrop.
black button, yeah. It'll focus then click. That sounded like it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As you see around, Greece is a mountainous country. 70% of the surface of the mainland is covered by mountains. We have the highest mountain in the north of Greece is the Mount Olympus with 3,000 meter of altitude, and that's why in the Greek mythology Olympus was the seat of the throne of Zeus and the dwelling of the gods. So that's why the gods were called the Olympian gods, 12, 6 male and 6 female. The range of mountains is from the north to the south. It's like a spinal cord to the country, dividing Greece into the east and western coast. Today, and much more during the antiquity, it was very hard to communicate. The communication between east and west was hard. So it made it much easier to the Greeks to communicate by sea, by the water, reach with the little boats, the coast, and by coast, the other places around Greece, the islands, and also the other countries away in the Mediterranean, encourage them to travel, to found colonies throughout the Mediterranean and extend the borders of Greece outside the mainland. Villages. Sometimes the villages don't have more than 50 houses or sometimes less, but they prefer to live in a small village and go to work to their farms every day than living in a farmhouse. We do have farmhouses, of course, but they are not the rule. The rule is to live in a little village. Those trees that we keep seeing from time to time is mostly pistachio nut trees. They grow in the south of Greece, on the islands. Was the place of the kingdom of Oedipus king. And Oedipus was the tragical hero of Sophocles, who had a very hard destiny, and while he tried to escape this destiny, it was impossible. He was to kill his own father, Laios, and marry his own mother, Iocaste. And so he had his kingdom here, and when his parents had the baby, they went to the oracle of Delphi and asked about the destiny of the baby, and the oracle gave the Pythia gave them the prophecy that this little son of them, he was about to kill his father and marry his mother. So they gave the baby to a shepherd to kill the baby. And but the shepherd did not kill. When they brought the boy up on the mountains, they had tied up his feet and they were swollen. That's what Oedipus means, swollen feet. So when Oedipus grew up, he left the shepherd and he went himself this time to the oracle of Delphi and asked about his future. And the oracle gave him the same prophecy. So he left the shepherd. He thought that they were his parents. And he came down to the valley. Without knowing, in a fight, he killed Laius, the king, who was his father. And then he came over to Thebes. At the outskirts of the town of Thebes, there was a sphinx, that mythological creature that has a human body, but a lioness's has a human face, a lioness's body and wings. So the Sphinx of Thebes would ask and put a riddle to the people, and he who was about to give the right answer, he would become the king, marry the widow queen, and otherwise she would have to knock him down and kill him down from the walls of the city. The riddle was like this, that who is this creature that first walks on 4, then on 2, and then on 3. So Oedipus came closer to the walls. He gave the answer that this is man, human being, and he became the king, marrying the queen Iocasta without knowing that she was his mother. So they had 4 children, Ismene, Antigone, Theoclis, and Polyderkis. And there was a big misfortune on the valley, on Thebes. Nothing was going well. The crop, the floods, the misery. So once more they went to the oracle, and the oracle gave the same answer again, that the misfortune comes from this man. He did this and that, and so in the tragedy we see the delegations that came back, and Oedipus is forcing them to tell him what the prophecy was, but the people did not want to tell him this tragical prophecy. Anyway, he forced them much with the penalty of death, so they had to tell him. Iocasta hanged herself, and Oedipus, when he learned his destiny, that he followed finally, although he tried to escape it, he blinded himself. And then the third part, another tragedy of Sophocles, is Oedipus to Kolonos, where as he is blind, he's led by his daughter Ismene all the way to Athens, where he dies. So that's how Thebes is connected with mythology first, and then, as an old city, was one of the city-states of the antiquity, was to play a quite important role into the history of Greece, but today it's just a little city. cliffs of the mountain, there is people go ski. There is a ski area, and another cliffs we have the bauxite mines. It's the red color tunnels that we can see from time to time on the cliffs. They get the bauxite. And on the other side, on the cliffs of the Parnassus, we have the Oracle of Delphi. This is a monument. It's a new one. It's a monument for the national Greek resistance against the German occupation during the Second World War.
The Greek island I really wanted to see was Amarone. Greek island I really wanted to see was Navarone. It's just a neat little span. I didn't know if you saw it.
one of the most important places in the antiquity because of Apollo, that he was an important god, because it has become an oracle, and because it has controlled so much of the life of the ancient Greek people. That's why its roots go back to mythology, but then in history we start in the 7th century before Christ, when we have the first building up here, the first temple, and it goes on for 11th century. It only stops to exist on the 4th century after Christ. When the Christian people, the Christianity evolved, and when the Byzantine Emperor Theodosius has closed down the oracle, as he closed down the Olympic Games, the philosophical schools of Athens, that means he put an end to the pagan world because Christianity was the new reality. But all this time that the oracle was here, it was something like, let's say, Mecca for the Muslims. Once in your life you had to come here, and you can realize that it was really hard with the means of the time to come here. They would have either to walk or with chariots, or at the little port of Itea to sail, that it was most common in those days. And of course, people that to please Apollo, after that, they had to offer something to the oracle. A temple, a small treasury house, a monument, a statue, whatever most beautiful they could give to please this god of harmony, of the sun. And so the place turned out to be also very beautiful, decorated with fantastic pieces of art. And it was really you can imagine how it was after turning around on the mountain with the rocks, the Pedrias, with the valley down below in the ocean, to look at the beautiful place with art and luxury and beauty. For, the significance of the place is indicated by the fact that the Greeks had invented also another myth about Delphi. They said that one time Zeus had left 2 eagles, and where these 2 eagles would meet, that should be the center of the world. So the 2 eagles met over Delphi, and that was the center of the world for them, giving us all the significance it had for their life. And so the name for Delphi as being a center of the world was called Omphalos, which means the navel stone of the world, and that was Delphi. And also Delphi has become very important for other reasons as well. Under the idea of Delphi, the oracle, the center of the world, the Greeks, for the first time, they had created a confederation, a league of the cities that they were around in the area, and the center of these cities was Delphi. So it was, let's say, the first experiment, not only for Greece, but the whole of Europe, for cities get together, form a league. That's why even today Delphi is connected with the idea of the United Europe. They have a European center, and they have always meetings concerning Europe generally. And so this first league was called Amphictyony. Every 2 years they would celebrate Apollo, and we had the Pythian Games, worshipped and took place over here. And those games, like the Olympic Games or the Panathenea Games in Athens, were occasions where the people would go, Greeks would get together, no hostility during the game, and they were comprised of two things. First of all, it was culture. That's why there was always a theater on these places. And then there was athletics. That's why there was a stadium as well. And all these places, Delphi or Olympia or Dodoni or other places, Greek places in South Italy or in the whole Mediterranean, they are not real cities. They are what we call sanctuaries, holy places. There was never a city in the antiquity. There was just the temple, the oracle, the theater, the Bouleuterion, that is the council house for the administration of the place, and not houses for the people, etc. The pilgrims were only visiting the place. They would have to stay outdoors in the tent or whatever, and then pray, offer, sacrifice, ask for a prophecy, and then leave. In the past century, the French School of Archaeology started to excavate and reconstruct the place, the sanctuary, of course, throughout so many years. And because the countryside is very rocky, there was a lot of destruction, catastrophe. Let's say not so much from physical events like earthquakes or whatever, but plundering was the biggest distraction to the place. A beautiful site with so much art would be a good, attractive, a thorn in the side of everybody who invaded and took. A lot of nice finds. I don't know, are you going to Istanbul with a cruise? Yeah. The guide will show you in the middle of the hippodrome, in the center of Istanbul, the place where the tripod of Delphi was set. They took the whole monument. It was a tripod of Platees, a monument after the Battle of Platees, with golden snakes, that it was taken from here to decorate the new Rome, as Constantine put it like that. So even to Istanbul, to Constantinople I, there were beautiful things from Delphi that were transferred, and other places, and of course that applies for all the beautiful statues or whatever in Greece. They were plundered. Also during the antiquity, the Romans, I repeat, they did not destroy these sites because they had the same god. In the Roman times, there was a fantastic belief about Delphi. The Romans used Delphi as well. You know how they were intrigued by this idea of future and all these things. They came here, they offered, they respected, and they used the oracle. So we don't have so much catastrophe in the Roman times, but we do have some plundering because rich Romans always wanted to decorate their villas with something beautiful from the site. And of course, it is gone. So after we visit the site,
Question that you have another artifact. Can they find it? Or the Guardians find here?
Czy nasze nogi tu były, czy nie były? Były, nie powinnaś moich przyjęli nogach.
Culture, we do have this idea in the Orient as well, the idea of a now we've had to burn that one. Okay, I tell you what, Nick. No, I'm not even going to go there.
And then ahead of the group.
Trying to get out people's way. Can you take pictures out of that, or does it have to be a player?
No, it does pictures too.
Cool.
Every so often I'm stopping to get a picture with it too. Yeah.
Can you, like, on a video say zones? Sometimes with a corridor on the top and with the upper.
Yeah.
Not if I can help it.
Okay,
Jeff.
Oh, did I put it in?
I was looking for your bucket. How about that?
Yeah, consider it.